This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Rachel consultants are standing by. Caller 9 at 844-999. Ola will play Profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a website posted a 21-year-old intern's money diary about living in New York City on a $25 an hour, on $25 an hour. But it turns out that she survives thanks to her parents paying her rent, insurance, phone, and giving her an $1,100 a month allowance.
Oh, wow.
She had nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that's a
So
lot.
now everyone's mocking the obliviousness on Twitter.
They should.
Yeah, come on, man.
So she was writing a diary about how to survive on that amount of money.
On $25 an hour, yes. But her parents were paying rent, insurance, phone, and gave her an $1,100 a month allowance.
That's kind of like me writing a book about how to survive in the wilds of the jungle when surrounded by carnivorous animals, only for you to find out that I'm at the zoo. Like, come on, man. You know, the first thing you could do to show any responsibility is move somewhere cheaper.
There you go. What do you know? Live out of city. A man in Memphis stole his date's car on Saturday night, and then he used it to take another girl on a date.
My man.
Yes,
The
he
police
did.
used GPS to track it, and they arrested him for theft.
Did you realize that his second date, the woman he picked up in the stolen car?
I did hear this.
Yeah, the god sister, he didn't know this, the god sister of the first woman he went on the date with.
Right.
Yeah, things did not go well for him after that.
No. Lord, no, not at all.
Yeah.
A teacher on a flight from Chicago to Florida was talking to another passenger last Tuesday about how she sometimes spends her own money on supplies for underprivileged kids. Then a man sitting behind her gave her $500 and told her to do something amazing with it.
And she bought herself a man hooker.
And two other passengers
she
gave her
went
cash.
skydiving.
And that's how kids on this country get the opportunity to learn. Yay! Someone has to overhear somebody talking about on a plane how they have nothing and they have to give all their money to them. Yay!
Hey, man, we got pizza places fixing potholes.
Oh, yeah,
nice
yeah.
people on planes educate. We got it.
Helping each other. That's what we do. A new study
Always, Mike.
A new study figured out which states have the most broken engagements based on how many rings get returned.
Nevada.
It's got to be Nevada.
Let's see. The top three are Alaska, Tennessee, and Missouri.
Really? Alaska, Tennessee, Missouri. Huh.
Are people just more honest there?
That is my theory, Ted, is that it is so much more important in those areas, and it is so much worse to get divorced in places like that.
But here's the thing, man. Buy the ring after you get the answer.
Yeah, there you
Would
go.
you marry me? Sure. Yeah, okay, I'll go get the ring.
Well,
now.
Do you know anybody that's been denied when they asked?
I don't personally know.
And I don't think that it's denials when they were asked. I think it's as it's leading up to it, something bubbles up or somebody gets cold feet, and they get
sober.
Right. They'd just rather cut it off right now as opposed to the humiliation, however long down the road, of having to actually divorce. State with the fewest broken engagements.
All right, hang on.
Utah.
Ooh, not bad, Miles.
Strong guess. I would say like Utah, Connecticut, and Colorado.
I only have one.
Oh.
The lovely state of Montana.
Huh,
Montana.
okay.
Oh, in theory, everything you say,
Yeah.
that kind of that's all
Greatest
point.
mismatches I've ever seen in my life. Doing great work out there in Montana. Seriously, man, there's just random dudes with just dimes.
Nice.
Is there what's left?
You can't get divorced in Montana.
What's their favorite song from Pearl Jam?
Yeah, oh, damn. A new survey found the average person starts openly passing gas in front of their partner after 9 months of dating.
Why even wait that long?
Yeah, I was going to say
No,
that's
not at
way
all.
too long.
I like how they say openly.
way too long.
Oh, I've been farting.
I think it wasted like 2
I met
weeks.
this girl, so I've been holding one in for 9 months.
During sex, yes.
I think it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have
You've
sex,
done it
you know-
during sex, man?
No. I mean, not on purpose. But what I'm saying is, like, if you know what's coming, you're like, I'm going to hold this thing. That's what we call the multitasking right
The worst thing is when you're in the middle of sex, because normally that predicates a poop coming on.
there. Yeah, and now
So,
you're kind of distracted.
That's the problem with that, is eventually you know, like, oh, no.
I'll be right back,
Oh,
baby.
man, I think I'm starting to cap here.
Hang on. Let's see. It says we wait 5 to 8 months to kiss them with morning breath. Again, I don't think I waited that long.
People don't know they have
Yeah.
morning breath is the problem.
Yeah.
Boy, my daughter doesn't. God
About a
damn.
year
She
be-
could start a fire with this. It is like it's like turd aerosol coming out of her mouth in the morning, man. You're like, God damn, baby, back up and repeat your question.
About a year before, we'll go to the bathroom with the door open.
No.
If
I
I'm
mean,
peeing,
it might
I
be
don't care,
cracked,
but-
Right.
I honestly, I don't want any, but like, I don't need to see you pooping.
About 12 to 18 months before we stop working out and let our bodies go.
Really? I thought it would be sooner.
Yeah, I was hoping so.
Next morning.
Just get a pizza.
No, I just feel like after a year or whatever, you see couples kind of slim back down. But those first few months, it's so much fun. You're ordering out.
Okay, I got it.
Maybe I just get fat in relationships.
Quickly.
Right?
Real quick.
Woo, there's that.
Oh, we just had sex. Should we get another pizza?
Lay's just announced 8 new flavors representing different parts of the country. And they include things like deep dish pizza for Chicago, lobster roll for the New England states, Cajun spice for Louisiana. Yeah.
They got. You didn't mention the crab spice from
Yeah,
Maryland.
that's the one we're excited about. You didn't bring it up.
I'm not working on it, man. I
Oh.
only say the top ones that they got here.
Oh, on this one, I am, sucker.
Well,
Guess what?
I'll be
You
darned.
guys want the full list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
All
back
right.
it up to Ted's meat and potatoes.
Lobster roll for the New Englanders.
Well, let me try. Probably
Pimento
very-
cheese
very
for the
buttery.
South.
I
Wait,
would taste
what's
that.
in the South?
Pimento cheese.
Okay, I'll give it
Yeah,
a shot.
no problem with that.
Thai sweet chili for the Pacific Northwest.
Take
Sure.
my money.
This is just for state fairs. Fried pickles with ranch.
I will skip that.
Damn.
Chili con queso for Texas.
Yep.
And crab spice in Maryland.
Oh, those all
Man.
sound good. Wait till you try that crab chip, Mike. You're never going to turn back.
Probably.
That'll be the end
I
of
don't
it.
know. I had the crab popcorn. Eating too many cured meat products like hot dogs and bacon could make you develop mania, according to a new study.
Yeah.
I love cured meat. Please, bacon. Come on, pepperoni, man.
It says on the bright side, if you just have them occasionally, the researchers say you should be okay.
I love how they call it cured meats because you feel like the alternative is diseased meat.
meats.
Is a hot dog a cured meat?
Yes. Cured?
I don't think it's cured.
I don't think. Well, it's technically bologna.
Right.
Is that
I mean,
cured?
Everything.
They're processed.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta-
Definitely processed.
one thing we know about a hot dog, it ain't healthy.
Yeah, don't worry about it. How much?
I can't see that for the first time ever. Hot dog falls in the healthy side of things.
Samsung is
Who's
reporting.
not sorry, but I'm just like, if you're an adult, you know you can't be eating hot dogs all the time.
No! Samsung is reportedly planning to launch a bendable phone next year that folds in half. What do you know, guys? We're bringing back the flip phone.
Well, it might be easier to keep in your pocket or whatever. If it's thin and
They keep
small.
getting bigger, damn
They
it.
can get bigger if you flip them open, though. You can get more space and still, keep them slim.
Flip phone is back.
Good news,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup flavored whipped cream now exists.
That is outstanding news.
And there's also a Hershey flavor.
Has
Do you,
anybody tried it?
I haven't, but that's the beauty of having little kids. This is the only nice thing about having little kids is that now we can get
There's an
that.
excuse.
Yeah, that's the only thing, right? But just have your kids with you. You buy it, you say, "Oh, it's for the kids." Hell no, it's not for the kids. They won't even know I own it.
About once or twice a year, I'll end up for some reason with a can of whipped cream in my refrigerator.
I wonder why.
It's in my door, man, and I'm just like, just shoot it in my mouth. Like sometimes I'll walk like right before I go to bed, just like,
Do you ever put it on anything? Right.
No, I just shoot it in my mouth.
Does Gomez go nuts?
Not really.
All of my animals have always gone nuts when they hear that noise.
They love whipped cream.
Oh,
well,
my
maybe
God.
I'll
They
try
want
to
to
feed
whip
'em.
it.
You know, man, I'll try
That's
to
right.
I'll give them some whipped cream tonight.
Man,
You got
it's
a
worse
can
than
in there?
catnip for them.
Oh, no kidding. They go crazy.
Oh, man, they'll go nuts.
All right, that's exciting. I'm going to
He
do
will
that tonight.
absolutely
Yeah, totally.
flip his
Well,
lid.
good.
Sir, I'm going to use that technique next time I'm in the grocery store.
What's that?
For the kid.
Oh, I got these for my kids, man. They,
Oh, yeah.
they love the sugar.
The thing is,
It's wild.
They believe it. It's like for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Hershey syrup, whipped cream, like
Tampons.
They will not know
For
that
the
this
kids.
stuff exists.
They love the gummy bears. That's why I got this pound bag of them.
We go to lovely Seattle, Washington for this clip.
And police collected DNA from that finger, and that led them to a man who had been arrested and convicted in Georgia for armed robbery.
From that finger?
Say all about it 1 hour from now.
Oh, taking my
That's uncomfortable.
Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill to please to everyone how Profile This is played.
Sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, We'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Drew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola! All right, Drew, do you understand how this here game is played?
I do.
Fantastic. Here's your story. It's short. There are not a lot of hints, but let's go to the fine state of Louisiana. And in this case, a 24-year-old guy inexplicably called 911. And the reason he called 911 was to find out if the police had any outstanding warrants on him. All right, so you understand what happened here. He's not sure if the cops are looking for him, so he calls 911 to see if, in fact, they are looking for him. Now, the first thing that the 911 operator says, and I do appreciate this, explains this is not an emergency. If you really feel this way, you should call 311 or just call the police directly. And he said that he did, in fact, understand that he didn't need to call this and that he understood the legal difference between an emergency call and a non-emergency call. Now, while he's having this conversation, the cops show up at his door because he had, in fact, called 911. Now, here's the good news. He did not have any warrants out for his arrest. The bad news is that the cops charged him with misuse of 911. So he could get a $500 fine and 30 days in jail. My question is, do you believe that this genius is black, white, Mexi, or Jew?
What do you guys think?
I think he's an idiot.
He called the cops because he wasn't sure if he had outstanding warrants.
And he called 911 at that. And
I
he
would say,
did not
man,
have any.
If you're calling the cops and you're making the efforts, it typically leans white. That's the typical tell. It's not always right.
I'll just say it. You know what? He didn't have any warrants. White.
Okay. There you go, Drew. Can't do any better for you than that. What do you want?
Let's go with white.
Final answer?
Yeah.
We'll find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Jewish next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this takes us to Louisiana, 24-year-old who called 911 simply to see if he had any outstanding arrest warrants. Well, it turns out he didn't. Either way, the 911 operator reminded him that there was no real emergency, and for non-related emergency situations, you need to call 311. Either way, the cops were called, and so they showed up because it's a 911 call.
That is correct.
So he was charged with misuse of 911.
That's basically the story. And Drew, we asked you, did you believe that this criminal mastermind is black, white, Mexican, or Asian? And you went white.
Can I change my mind?
We're still going to go with white, but what are you thinking now?
I was thinking Mexican.
Well, the good news is he was, in fact, Mexican. So we have to go with your original answer, yes.
Okay.
Don't call 911 to see if you have any warrants. Just a friendly bit of advice.
Can I live here? Is it safe for me?
Good God, man.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
So America's Got Talent. They have this duo on there, and they are called, Duo Transcend.
Okay.
They're a married trapeze artist, Mary Ellen Wolf and Tice Nelson. Basically, he is a jacked up dude. Like, I don't know. They're both very good looking and like super muscular and this and that. So they're doing this whole routine, okay? And they're up on a trapeze, right? So he's like, holding on by his legs, holding on to her, this and that. So at one point, he's going to put on a blindfold, and then she's going to kind of like, almost like drop down, and he's supposed to grab her.
Uh-oh.
Supposed to grab her.
Come on.
Supposed to catch her.
The humanity!
She okay?
You okay?
We would like to try the blindfold trick one more time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think we should try that.
It's not America's Got Perfection. This is America's Got Talent. No one can do this. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
And look, I think just picking up on what Ken said, I don't think there's ever been a singer on any of our competitions who's been note perfect. It
Never.
still doesn't make them not amazing. It makes them human.
All right, so here's the deal. He puts on the blindfold. Obviously, he drops her. Now, they were only, well, I won't say only. I mean, they were like 12 feet in the air or whatever, or like 14 feet. So it wasn't like a huge drop, but still
enough.
Significant.
Right. Like, she could have been dropped on her head.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you saw it live, people were like, holy cow, what happened there? But they kind of explained it a little bit. They said, for starters, the blindfold was new. They wanted to try some.
What?
Yeah. Basically, they, and I guess there's a way she's learned to fall so that she doesn't get hurt. So he was like, yeah, she did that. And then they did it in practice, but they were like, it's a pretty new trick. And with the blindfold, we thought we had her. It's just weird because she falls, right? And he's just hanging there with like his hands and just like,
yeah.
Damn it. Like I dropped her.
I like that, a new blindfold. Should that matter? Like, if you can't see,
You know
can't
what?
See, man.
No. You got to have a blindfold you're comfortable with.
No. I'm saying using the blindfold itself was new.
Right.
Oh,
They've
okay.
done this trick
I got
before, but he always had his eyes open.
I thought they were saying, like, the actual blindfold
They said
itself
we couldn't
was
use
new.
this Confederate bandana blindfold on television.
They were also using fire for the first time, which made them sweatier than usual.
Oh, so they were also slick.
Sweaty and blind.
Yeah, well, that's like...
So I like my women.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds to me like they're about ready to get a little kink.
I won't lie. They're a married couple, but, like, it's very sexual. They're crawling all over each other and stuff. Like kinda.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
One of the most necessary award shows ever is obviously the ESPYs.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny. And they have a Heisman Trophy, but they still give out, like, Best Collegiate Athlete Award, which was the Heisman Trophy winner. Anyhow, Danica Patrick, you would know her from open wheel racing, and then she got into NASCAR.
But mostly for Monster.
I think she just retired, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
So they've had other athletes host the ESPYs before. She was hosting. She says one joke to LeBron that kind of falls flat. I thought it was a good joke. She just took a jab at him, but then she recovers very well.
So many big NBA moves this offseason. Kawhi Leonard went to the Raptors. Dwight Howard went to the Wizards. And Ben Simmons went to the Kardashians. But who are we kidding? The biggest offseason pickup was LeBron James. I mean, who doesn't love LeBron James? He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And now LeBron is the newest Los Angeles transplant. Los Angeles transplant is also what he Googles when he needs new hair. That's okay. Like LeBron, when he hosted, he made fun of me too. I'd say we're even. J.R. Smith would say we're up by one.
Damn. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. He made quite the little oopsie in the playoffs this year. You know, it's not good when you have 100 tattoos and none of them are your biggest mistake.
Damn.
She just went in on J.R.
That's funny, though. Good for her.
It is. And I mean, and like some people were like, oh, she's a bad host. This and that.
No.
Like, they're athletes. Like Peyton Manning hosting it, like Peyton Manning already had some of that training. He had been on SNL a bunch of times. And Peyton Manning, frankly, he's a little better at that stuff, the public speaking thing.
Sure.
And keeping, image clean and this and that. Well, to our knowledge. So for her, like, she's not the greatest host, but also, like, she just retired from a sport.
It sounds to me like she was funny as hell.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's
She's fine.
Yeah.
That's a hard job to do. I mean, even for people that do public speaking all the time, like hosting an award show is completely different. Just ask Billy Crystal. This is just kind of sad and disturbing news. Obviously, Deadliest Catch, a show people have been watching forever. We've had some of those people on the show. We've had Edgar Hans on the show. But again, sad, bad news here. He pleaded guilty to abusing a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and the story, it's just insane. Basically, he just admitted to it, suspended jail time. He had to spend a day in jail, but obviously he's going to have to register and be put on a list. I don't know. I don't know what.
I don't either.
That is terrible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know. We read that one this morning. I was like, damn it.
It really does. Kind of just leaves you with nothing to say.
What are you going to say?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know.
It kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. Yeah, the news is always so pleasant.
It really is. It's really been a hell of a few years here.
That's been. So, whatever time of year, what time of year do people get the most random jobs?
Random jobs? Yes,
Summer
or holidays.
Yeah,
right. Summer jobs, or maybe you worked at UPS one year loading boxes because they move a lot of them through December.
Boy, that's a tight balloon knot you got there.
If I did it any looser, it'd be a different conversation.
You pinch it tight?
I did.
Okay.
Think it'll be a stinker?
Yes, it will be.
All right.
Whoa!
Oh, give me that damn thing.
It took a second.
Fire it away.
It took a second, man.
There you go. It's not going to take that long. I'm just going to fumigate your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good.
So people have summer jobs. I'm trying to, I had them when I was in high school.
Oh, God, that cut through the glade.
Jimmy Fallon has.
That smells like fabric. Some of the smells. You know, it smells like
freshly washed clothes. Like someone farted,
crapped the bed in fresh sheets, like it was clean sheet night, and then he essed all over it.
Right. It smells like somebody Febrezed a toilet.
Oh,
yeah, basically
like poop linen.
Yeah, fresh linen, poop linen.
Yes. God.
But summer jobs are a big deal. Fallon's got a pretty good list here of the tweets about worst summer jobs.
Now I thought I'd share some of my favorite worst summer job stories from you guys. Here we go. This one's from @VI Price.
Yeah.
He says, I spent a summer working at Abercrombie. When I asked my manager why I was always scheduled for stockroom shifts, he said, well, you don't have what I call a front of store face.
Oh,
he lied. That's not true. Come on.
That's cold-blooded.
That's cold, man. This one's from @Molly Galvez. She says, I had a summer job where I would take made in China stickers off of things for my grandma so she would resell them for more at her craft show. I got 10 cents a sticker. I love you, Grandma.
I made these myself. I'm teaching my sweet granddaughter how to swindle.
Oh, okay. This one's from Lori Rainey. She says, my first summer job was to dress as the Blimpie Bear and wave at traffic. Then the competitor mascot, a giant pancake, came out bothering me, so a bunch of people watched a bear and a pancake fight in traffic. That sounds fantastic.
That would be awesome.
It really would be.
TV show.
This one's from Mobster Lobster. He says, when I was 10, my grandfather gave me $10 to be a human scarecrow on his farm. I stood there in the sun shouting at birds for an hour until my mom yelled at him.
What are you doing to the boy? Get in here, Joshua.
What was your worst summer job?
Scraping boogers, essentially. It was the Baltimore Arena at the time. They're not going to ever pay to get into arenas, so they're replacing the seats. And you unscrewed the seats, so it's the metal part, the metal frame, and then the cushions. We pulled them off. They were loaded into a semi. They were sent somewhere where they were sprayed, right, repainted, new cushions, and sent back, all right? But basically, every chair you took down, you then had to scrape anything off the bottom of the chair that might be there. And what's on the bottom of it is exactly what you think is there. It's just boogers and gum and all that. So basically, scrape these things off all summer and throw them in a truck.
Baling hay. Because you have to wear long sleeves, long pants. All your clothes are ruined, and you deal with a ton of snakes. Snakes, and not venomous snakes, just big-ass black and brown snakes that are huge and just scare the living hell out of you.
Yeah, I would say landscaping. I mean, it was fun enough because I was doing it with a buddy.
Yeah, that helps.
You're talking summertime, hot, heat, humidity. It was terrible. And they didn't pay me much.
That's the other thing about a summer job.
Yeah. I got my first paycheck, and I was pumped, right? Because I had no idea what a paycheck should look like. And I remember showing it to my brother, and he goes, that's not even minimum wage, dude.
I don't care.
I'm like, damn.
I got money.
Right?
Not even minimum wage. That's a pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah. That was a soul crusher. The other day I had a list of shows people used to like that they don't like anymore. So this is a list of TV and movie characters people used to love, but now they kind of hate. Now, some of them, I'm not going to know. Edward Cullen from Twilight.
I think
he's the vampire.
Yeah, it's got to be the character.
He's the epitome of Creepsville. He watches Bella sleep and is super controlling. Why was this sold to young kids as the ultimate romance?
Hey, man, look, these kids are all about it. And I kept saying, does no one see something wrong with a teenage girl that's either a necrophiliac or into bestiality? You want a werewolf or a dead guy?
Well,
that's effed up, man.
I think a lot of things don't stand the test of time as far as where we are now. Even Molly Ringwald said all of her movies are very questionable, based on a lot of different things.
Sure.
That would not fly today. I mean,
but people still like the movies.
Right, and it's like anything else, of course. All in the Family. No one would ever allow that show to be on TV, but
they still like it. People don't dislike it. That's one thing to get away with stuff. They didn't get away with it.
SNL used to drop the N-bomb. Soap used to drop the N-bomb appropriately by black actors playing parts, but it wasn't like... it was just part of the dialogue, part of the comedy. It fit the context of the discussion. It was mature. It wasn't like,
But people still like those shows.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards cable or streaming services now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally, without question.
Yeah. This one won't shock you. Friends itself was a show people don't seem to remember as great, but Ross from Friends. And it's weird because when Friends was on, it was always like Ross and Rachel.
I don't even like his character. It was just some whiny, stupid dude.
Yeah, they said it used to be funny and it was sweet when he was trying to get with Rachel, but then he started getting annoying, selfish, and clingy. That made him seem creepy.
Okay.
Daenerys from Game of Thrones. That's the attractive blonde lady.
That's a beautiful name for a woman. What's your daughter's name? Darnarius? Oh, I thought she was the wide receiver for that team.
I got a friend named Darius. Not Darnell. It's like, you want to be Darnell or...
or Darius. Split it up.
I like this one. They say Tony Stark from the Marvel movies. He's really bad to the other characters. Not a good mentor to Peter Parker when you look at it in detail. Impulsive, a bit misogynistic, and for some reason, he's still very loved for it.
Yeah.
Isn't he just a rich guy that made his costume?
That's correct. He's like the Marvel Batman.
You back that theory that Ralph Macchio was a D-bag in Karate Kid, right?
No.
You don't?
I rewatched it recently.
And you thought it was okay?
Why did he get involved?
All right, here's the thing. You forget. He didn't really get involved on the beach. He's down there on the beach showing her how to play soccer.
Correct.
The other dude, Johnny, is like, oh, my ex is down there talking to somebody. So he comes down there and then starts basically trashing her radio. And that's when Karate Kid is like, dude, back off.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Got his ass, kid.
Yeah. Well, till the end. But there's nothing more, like, I don't know. Like, talking to a girl and then having the aggressive boyfriend come over is already kind of weird. But it's super weird if she's like, yeah, that's my ex. And it's like, what
why are you here?
Yeah. And why were they riding motorcycles on the beach?
That's illegal, fellas.
California.
Right? That's what I would have done. That's illegal, guys.
Mm-hmm. I'll call the cops.
You need to get out of here.
Scram.
Beat it.
You know what? What about Ferris Bueller?
What do people not like about him?
Okay, well, first of all, he's loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, the woman's name, the character's name is Sloane, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Sloane.
So this person says, I watched the movie, and as an adult and as a man, he's just a manipulative jerk who's consumed with his own self-interest. He lies outlandishly and thinks that's the best skill ever.
His dad, the car that they steal from his dad to take on a joyride.
Buddy's dad. Yeah.
There's a reason why that car is so valuable. Like, that is an expensive car even then.
You're right.
It's $100,000.
Cameron was the super.
Right, $100,000 car.
It was his buddy.
It's Cameron's dad.
Yeah, that was loaded. Either way, he was cool to me, man.
They were Chicago money.
And of course, as an adult, you don't like all this.
And the whole point is, like, how can I get away from school and screw over the principal? Obviously the dynamic of her sister, he gets away with everything. That's a true dynamic of a plot, but
yeah. This one's kind of funny. Some people on this list of characters from movies and TV people don't like as much. Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
I never saw it, but what is their beef with her all of a sudden?
Many 16-year-olds are convinced they're in love and would do something dumb like give up their voice for their love. But most of them would at least say 2 words to the person first. Right? Isn't that the whole thing? Like, she's not going to be a mermaid anymore, or she can't sing anymore if she becomes a human.
I don't know.
She wants to live up there. But, right, like, does she really know the dude?
I never saw it.
Yeah, but Disney princesses, man,
Yeah.
they're quick to give up the ass. That's what all the things with this showing your daughters, it's all this. And I'm like, man, she met this mofo once. He kissed her once while she's sleeping, Bill Cosby, and now she's going to marry this dude. Yeah, please do that. That's what I want my daughter to do.
Technically, it's the tail.
I mean, like, come on.
You can buy a mermaid tail now?
No kidding.
Yeah.
I should wear one.
Why would I want to do that?
To go to the pool with, just to freak people out.
And some people have fantasies about being mermaids or mermen.
Also, it's a sexual thing.
Well, I don't know that it's a sexual thing.
It will be when I get
They
there.
just legit want to be that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a furry, but I'd like to be a mascot.
Okay,
well, I don't want sex involved in my mascot.
Really? You wouldn't cross that line?
No.
Why not?
Oh, man.
Like if somebody's like, "Oh, you're my favorite mascot. Hey, you know what my fantasy is?" And you'd be like, "Okay, let's go to your car and smoke a joint."
And there's this big stuffed turtle
exactly.
just getting after it.
And you would not like, "No, I can't do that. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh no."
I'd have to take at least the head off.
Of the costume?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yes.
No, you gotta leave it on.
No,
People
I'm
would
a
rather-
mascot.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
a furry. I'm a mascot.
Yeah, but you haven't talked to the mascots about their sex life. You don't know.
I don't, but you know,
Maybe they leave it on. I mean, maybe that's part of the deal. Like I'm dating the Syracuse
If
Orange.
this
and
mascot suit can talk.
I had sex with an orange last night.
I mean, I'm sure regular mascotting men.
Mascotting. That's going to be a weird TV show. Mascotting.
But, you know, I don't know, man. It's a whole thing. You got to treat the mascot costume with respect.
Sure, you can't just drill one little hole.
Nah.
I mean, not even
that turns you into a furry.
For the glory of it?
Yeah, that makes you a furry now. It's like he's a foot doctor. He said he doesn't have a foot fetish.
So the difference between cheering for a team and being a furry is sex.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a game changer. I mean, look, if after every touchdown
difference
the
between
mascot had sex with someone.
Like
Hang on,
the
hang on.
mascots
What's
are the
the-
monks of
Well, what's the
costume
difference
dressing?
between having a friend and having a girlfriend? One you have sex with. I mean, sex changes things, boys.
It really does.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. Mike's got your headlines coming up here in minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to France, where a guillotine owned by Lady Gaga sold to a man with, quote, a poker face. In Savannah, Georgia, a man grabs a server's butt and quickly gets put in his place. Army-grade masturbation device for men could be yours for the low, low price of $80. Memphis police looking for car thief who makes his money off Sexy Time Deluxe. And police catch man who assaulted a woman because she got her finger up in his nose. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story in Seattle, Washington. Prosecutors have charged a man that assaulted a woman a few years ago. The man had attacked the woman and attempted to drag her into an alley. The woman fought back, scratching and hitting in an attempt to escape. The fight ended when the woman managed to stick her finger into the man's nose, and we know the rest of the story.
And police collected DNA from that finger, and that led them to a man who had been arrested and convicted in Georgia for armed robbery.
They collected DNA from her finger.
And that's why proctologists don't commit a lot of crimes.
That's right. Good on her. Well done.
Damn.
In other news, a Georgia waitress is getting all kinds of applause online after surveillance footage showed her springing into action against a dirtbag in the restaurant. The video shows the man walking by the waitress as she works. On his way by, the man stuck out his hand and groped the waitress's butt.
Damn, man.
Initially thinking it was just one of her friends, the woman looked to see who her groper was. Upon discovering that it was just some perverted piece of human
Thought
filth,
it was a coworker.
yeah, exactly.
That's normal.
She grabbed the animal by his shirt and threw him against the wall into some chairs. She then told one of her coworkers to call the police. The vile waste of breath was insisted that the waitress was overreacting, saying that he was just squeezing by. But after seeing the footage, police immediately arrested the scumbag.
The nerd.
Beat his ass.
And I just learned, I didn't dive this far into the story, but Ted Smith actually dove further into the story, and we found out that not only did he grope this woman, it wasn't that he was drunk or anything like that, he was just being a jackass. Not only that, his wife and kids were sitting inside the restaurant.
It was a family restaurant. It's a family restaurant.
Family restaurant.
It didn't happen at a place called like Coconuts or Shooters. Right. It happened at like a family restaurant.
Even then, I don't care. I don't care where she's working at. That's never okay. She's at work. She's not trying to harass anybody or get anybody to get in there. That's...
He found out, Mike.
I think most people understand
That's right.
That. But there's a reason sometimes there's some dumb laws out there.
These Mormon, these are ass kicked for that. The world has finally had its prayers answered, and we have been gifted with that which we have wanted since day one.
Chocolate-covered bologna.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have the first ever military-grade male sex toy.
Oh, okay. Military grade.
Military grade.
What's the name of that bad boy, Mike? I want to Google it right now.
It's called, it's called the Lifetime Silicone Stroker.
So is it made by Lifetime, the people who do the condoms?
Probably.
Guess. I don't know.
I thought they were going to call it
Lifestyles?
private citizen.
Silicone
You mean Lifestyles?
Lifestyles.
Lifetime is the channel that
Oh,
we
oh,
enjoy.
oh,
traditionally.
good call, good call.
Yeah,
Good
Lifetime
call.
is the network for women, and the sex toy is for the ladies.
Sorry.
Guess what?
I needed-
Lifetime, the condom will break.
I should have asked someone who has sex. So it's the lifestyles.
No, Lifetime.
No, Lifetime.
Lifetime. Oh, it is.
Lifetime.
You said like the
Silicones.
condoms, so we're just saying those are lifestyles.
Huh.
Right.
All right, here
This
it
is
is. That is
this-
not what I thought it would
this
look
Does
like.
it look
first-
like Meredith Baxter?
Ooh, I can buy a black one.
There you go.
This sex toy is
Finally.
actually made for men in the military. The company explains that the toy meets or exceeds the most rigorous set of performance tests for operation under the extreme environmental conditions.
Is that just a fancy fleshlight?
Yeah,
Pretty
G.I.
much.
Jack.
You
That's what I'd have called it.
You can buy a bottom part to put that thing in if you want. All shapes, sizes, and colors.
See?
And it's on
you're-
Groupon.
Miles, you're doing so much more investigative journalism
no,
than I
this
could
is
on this
great.
thing.
There's a clear one. There's rings for it.
About to say, does it have a
Look at the
piercing?
name of this company. Like if you're to wear a jacket, you know what I mean?
Oh, God. Oh, damn. Okay, I'm just moving on. An Aussie millennial in London has drawn a ton of backlash on social media when she complained of her struggles with her salary. The bulk of the country manages to survive on a roughly £35,000 annual salary, while the UK as a whole lives on a mere £22,000. The millennial went online to talk about her struggles with saving to buy a home on her rough £70,000 salary.
Oh, shut up.
Saying that she's had to cut back on things like canceling her gym membership and passing on extra drinks at the pub. This does not keep her from still going out to the pub, mind you, or going on fun getaways according to her social media
You don't
pages.
cancel the gym membership. That's the one you keep.
Well, no, she just goes running is what she said.
Oh,
it's
I
a lot
see.
cheaper
Oh,
if
all
you
right,
just
okay,
cancel that
all right.
expensive gym
That
membership
is unbelievable.
and go running. It's very difficult out there.
Yeah, they also showed her all around the world in about like 6-7 different places.
That's exactly right. A man in Memphis is the victim of a confusing carjacking. While driving around in his BMW, he noticed that he was being followed by a Mercedes SUV with a man inside the car motioning him to pull over.
I really do enjoy the story.
Yes, when he did, he was met by a man that calls himself, wait for it, Pimp Earl.
Pimp Earl.
Pimp Earl.
Pimp Earl accused the man of stealing their BMW and demanded his keys.
Pimp Earl said that the man that he took the car from had stolen Pimp Earl's car.
Yes.
Pimp Earl demanded his car back even though it wasn't his car.
It wasn't his car. When he initially refused, Pimp Earl then said that he could either do it the easy way or the hard way, and motioned to the SUV. When another passenger opened the door, brandished his rifle on his lap, the man then handed over his keys, and Pimp Earl drove off with the car. Police are still on the lookout. That's a free headlines. Mike Hawk is out.
Pimp Earl's on the loose. All right, we'll see you next time for the return of Ted versus the FCC. Bad jokes and the shot of the day.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this badge. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.